We are the beat of your city. The Beat London 103.6 FM.
They say I'm crazy. I really don't care. That's my prerogative.
My name's Leah Charles King. I'm here for the Beat London 103.6 FM, and I am super blessed today to be hanging out with two of the stars of this. Of course, Woody McClain, who plays Bobby Brown himself, and the gorgeous Gabrielle Dennis, who plays the iconic Whitney Houston. Hello, you two.
Hi, beautiful. How are you?
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be here with you.
We are too.
Yes.
First of all, can I just say, you look and smell gorgeous.
Appreciate it.
We bathed today.
You did, which is always a plus, isn't it? It's always a good sign. You have just come to the UK. I know that you're probably a bit jet lagged and stuff like that, so I'm really happy that you're here speaking to us today.
Oh yeah, we're excited.
I'm excited. Yeah, honestly. Okay, so let's get into this. It is the sequel to the New Edition story. Where does this pick up from? Let's start with you, Woody, because obviously it's about Bobby himself. We see New Edition at the end of that, where you've all kind of split up. Then it picks up from Bobby.
It picks up from when Bobby gets kicked out the group, but right before that, it goes into like some of Bobby's childhood memory, one of his childhood memories that leads us into getting brought back home.
The thing is, it opens up with quite a strong scene, wasn't it? Really emotional scene, which I didn't realise, I've never heard of, and I hadn't realised that Bobby has been surrounded by so many stories of death and in his family and his friends and things like that. We don't want to ruin too much, but you did play so many highs and lows. I mean, what are the hardest parts of filming?
I mean, I wouldn't say hard scenes.
Because obviously you work very closely with Bobby Brown, he's the exec producer. So I would imagine you had a bit of a bond with him from when you were doing the New Edition story.
Right. So me having that bond and me being able to talk to him and his family, I kind of understood where he came from.
Right.
And then once they give us like the hair, the makeup, and like, you know what I mean, the wardrobe, and once we're actually in the scene, I guess it's like a spirit that comes on you, and it's like, it gives you all the emotions that you need to be in the moment. So I don't really ever feel like it gets hard or anything like that.
You just literally just...
He's just that good. The boy that good.
No.
That boy good. Okay.
I'm just going to get onto that, Gabrielle, because, I mean, you are playing the iconic Whitney Houston. For a
she
start,
kills it.
I mean, for a start, wasn't you just like, what we say in the UK, bricking yourself?
No. Okay, yeah. I was working myself.
Right. That's number one.
I'm going to use this phrase all the time.
Please do. You're more than welcome. But I mean, did you feel that kind of fear of, oh my goodness, I'm taking on such a huge role?
Yeah, there's definitely a sense of like, there's complete excitement. You know what I mean? Anytime we get a job, we're like, hey, you know, we're excited about that. But then you realize it sets in very quickly, like who you're how to portray and like how important she is and how big she was and larger than life and loved larger than life. So with that comes a little bit of like, okay, I gotta settle into a little moment, you know, but then after that, it's just the work, you know, just like with any other job and any other role, it's the preparation, you know, the basic actory things that I do, but then on top of that, it was a lot of watching the videos and talking to people that knew her, so it was a little more research that went into playing someone that's an actual human being and that was a real person versus a fictional character. There's a lot of stuff I could just make up, you know, and kind of create my own space, my own world, but with her, it was a lot of tenderness, a lot of respect, a lot of love that went into it, a lot of heart, and it was an emotional roller coaster, but I think we approached it with a sense of understanding that these are real human beings, and then having Bobby there making it very real. Yes. You know, it's like, this is the guy, this is his life. I remember our first table read, he's very emotional, and like him crying and having to get up and leave a couple of times because it's like, watching these people he doesn't really know, retelling his story in a sense. And like you said, there's a lot of highs and lows in the movie. But we got through it. I think as a cast, like we all bond, like our chemistry, our love for each other was very strong.
You can see that. You can absolutely see that coming through as well. You mentioned a lot of research going into, you know, figuring out how you can play Whitney. I mean, we know that you're very layered yourself, as is Whitney, but you are like multifaceted. Did you have to audition? Did they throw the role at you?
Yeah.
They should have just thrown it at you.
I would have loved someone to throw me the role, but no, actually the funny thing is, I was teasing, someone was teasing like, yeah, you guys had to, you had to audition so many times, but I said, I actually liked that I had to. I like to work for it and earned it. I felt like it wasn't handed it to me. I felt like I deserved it. Like I worked hard to get it. You know what I mean? So for me, that like what he said, you know, it's just about taking on this persona and this person, having that spirit sit in you, and sit with you. So I worked hard.
You did.
And I feel like I'm like, okay, it wasn't a handout. I don't like handouts. I like to earn my check.
Well, you certainly did. You're doing it now. Woody, so for example, how old were you, if you don't mind me asking, when Bobby was in his heyday? Was he even born, girlfriend?
I don't know, he's a baby.
I think I was like probably 5.
So what did you know about Bobby Brown then, growing up? Because there's loads of things, even in this mini-series, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't, and I was a big Bobby fan. So what did you know about him before even starting the New Edition story?
I knew Bad Boy and Real Husbands of Hollywood.
Right.
That's what I knew of Bobby Brown.
So it's literally all you knew, but then you started working with him,
and
learning
it was
the
the
story.
complete opposite of what everything I've ever heard. Yeah.
So what was the biggest revelation as you started getting to know him? What was the biggest thing that you went, oh my gosh, I didn't know that?
Family, like any and everything he does is for his family. And I really, really appreciate that about him. He made me realize I need to be closer with my parents and my siblings, because he no longer has some of these people with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we still have some of these people here with us. Yeah. And we just need to reach out more and talk more.
Because he has gone through a lot, and he's a very strong man. Was he easy to work with then, just in general, behind? So I know he held your hand every step of the way and guided you through this whole process.
See, for me, I had the cheat sheet because I have Bobby Brown. You know what I mean? Gabby doesn't have that. So hers was way more tougher than what I had to go through.
Yeah.
But Bobby was always cool.
Yeah, I feel like he did help, like, you know, a few times with like just being able to talk to him and kind of feel relieved that, like, if he gives me the thumbs up or is like, all right, girl, you're freaking me out a little bit now, because it helps me understand I'm on the right track. You know what I mean? So having him there definitely helped me feel like there was somebody there that knew her more intimately than anybody, that was giving me, like, I was heading in the right direction, even though I didn't have her there to speak with. But I feel like Bobby's so, like, chill and relaxed, and like he's not this like energy that you would expect from like his heyday. But you know, he's a dad. Like he's got babies, and you know, he's got like real deal family, and like what he said, like family is very important to him. And I think when people watch the movie, they also like family is very important in the film, and you'll see how important his family has been throughout his entire career, and the important roles they played throughout the process. So getting to know his mom, his father, and his brother, you know what I mean, in the film, you get to know the characters.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, so getting to know all these characters that are so important to the Bobby Brown, the human being, I think is going to be very important, because people are expecting sex, drugs, rock and roll, you know, and yes, there will definitely be those elements, but at the core of this movie is heart. Yes. You know what I mean? And I think at the core of this film is what people are not expecting to see, is how much heart there is, and how much pain and darkness he's experienced, and all of those things that help craft the person that he became to be.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited for people to see his side of the story and to kind of just really go on this journey. I think people just buckle in, settle down, and enjoy it.
I mean, everyone's really looking forward to it, certainly here in the UK. Was there anything that was really hard to speak with Bobby about? Any kind of topics? Because he has gone through some really dark times, like you just mentioned. Was there anything, particularly you, Woody, that you didn't really want to ask him, or you wasn't comfortable around him at certain times?
I mean, Bob is so emotional, like, so emotional, so I would never talk to him about his Bobby Christie or Whitney's past. I would never talk about that.
Really?
Yeah.
What, because it makes you feel uncomfortable, you don't want to upset him?
I mean, he's a human being. I feel like some people kind of forget that because they see him on TV, but he's a real person. Like, I can touch him. He has real feelings, so I'm very delicate.
Yeah. And it's hard because when that person's right there, it feels like you're prying, and it feels like you're being intrusive. Even though he's an open book, there's certain, like what he said, there's certain topics that are just completely like, we're not, like, if he brings it up, fine, we would never be the person to say it to him.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
He's Bobby Brown, for goodness sake. You know, why is this story so important to tell? Why do we all need to see this?
I feel like what he said, it touches on family, but then also I think what's very important is also what he said, that Bobby's a human being. And I think at the end of the day, there's 3 sides to every story. We've all heard this term. There's, you know, the two people involved, and then there's the truth. You know, and I feel like this just gives another perspective and another helps to make a full-rounded version of everything, so people understand what really happened and get his side of events and understand the who's, what's, when's, why that leads up to the things that made it to the tabloids. You know, but we never got the story as to why any of that happened or how, or maybe what was the misunderstanding and things like that. So it's a chance for him to tell his story, to be blunt, to be open, to be honest, to be completely raw with it. But I think as far as an audience, what's good for this, for me watching the movie, is it's a story of redemption. It's a story of you can go through so much darkness, you can go through so much pain, but in the other side of that, you know, you can survive. It's a survival story because it covers his entire life from like leaving the group and then to present day.
Yeah.
He's a survivor.
Well, he is. And you guys have got great chemistry together as well. It was a pleasure watching you. And honestly, I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Have a fantastic time in London as well. And I look forward to seeing you again.
I'll have to come back.
You will.
Thank you.
We are the beat of your city. The Beat London 103.6 FM.